Matt DiBenedetto gave it his best shot, finishing up in third, but he needed a win there at the end. He just came up a couple of spots short. He and Matt Crafton, the three-time series champion and perennial Truck Series championship contender, both out of the playoffs in the round of 10. Brandon, are you surprised by their early exits here?
Absolutely. Matt Crafton is the last poster child or poster man, if you will, of the Truck Series, and he's not in the playoffs. He's not going to win a championship this year. That's baffling to me. He's been around forever and always been competitive. That's been the cool thing about him. As long as he's been in the Truck Series, he's been with it since it was the Craftsman Truck Series, and now we're back full circle. He's always been someone you had to keep your eye on, and I wouldn't put it past him to still win a race this year somehow. But they just really haven't had a good competitive truck there with him this year. But I'm even more depressed about Matt DiBenedetto's early exit, though. That one was really gutting, finishing P3 at Kansas in a really wild race. Kansas put on a great show, by the way, like you said. And it's kind of hard to understand where you are there at nighttime, but it's still fine. It puts on great racing for the trucks, and 3 wide all over the place, multiple laps. But yeah, Matt DiBenedetto's exit is really sad. He's leaving Rackley War Racing this year, but on his own terms. So this must mean he's either got somebody on the phone that we don't know about yet, or he's calling an early end. I really don't know, but usually drivers don't make that sort of move unless they've got some cards under the table they're ready to play. So it's going to be exciting to see where Matty D's heading. But yeah, him and the whole team there in Centerville, Tennessee, want to advance after this one.
Yeah, I know he got the win at Talladega last year, but I think still a step up for that program and that driver this season with that number 25 team, Matt DiBenedetto. Right. So it's unfortunate to see their championship run come to an end this early. And also Matt Crafton, you see him down here in 33rd. He had a rough night, Kansas on Friday night. But, always somebody that I feel like, just quietly does what he needs to do to advance and fight for the championship. And obviously, I mean, you want to talk about the poster child, maybe the poster child for the flaws in this format that places such an emphasis on winning, and he goes out and doesn't win a race. And
Matt Kenseth in 2019. Yeah.
There you go. Doesn't win a race all year. And then there at the end does what he needs to do at Homestead and wins the championship. But let's not take anything away from him. He won 2 championships under the full season format as well. And he's a 15-time truck winner, I believe. I always bring up his consecutive start streak because I think it's the most underrated longevity streak in our sport. He's somebody that I think has a solid case of the Hall of Fame one day. And I don't say that lightly. Multiple truck championships, what he has meant to this series. And even his non-championship winning years, he's always in the playoff conversation. He's always in the championship conversation to an extent. I know he doesn't have as many wins as maybe your Mike Skinners and your Jack Spragues. And by the way, I think those guys should be Hall of Fame nominees by now as well. I think we need more representation from series like the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Weekly Series in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, not the Cup Hall of Fame, the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Matt Crafton is one of your guys from the Truck Series that I think has done enough to warrant being in that conversation. And it's unfortunate that his championship fight has come to an end this early as well. But again, the fact that he's still here 23 years after he made his debut in this series, and almost all of it has been with the same team in that 88 truck, he's got a fantastic track record. And I hope we see him for a few more years continuing to fight here in the Truck Series and maybe add more wins, maybe even another championship to his name before he hangs up the helmet.